Hello everyone, Sayana Chakraborty here. Today I'll be discussing with you the meaning of human resource management and its history. So what is human resource management? It is the term used to describe formal systems of management within an organization for its people. So simply put, it is the management of people within a work organization. Some of the functions of human resource management include employee training, staffing, learning and development, compensation, and so much more. Human resource is an extremely important part of an organization because employees are said to be the biggest assets of a work organization. If the employees of an organization are happy and thriving, the organization is bound to succeed. Therefore, it is important to keep in mind the needs and the importance of the employees, which is what the Human Resource Management Department is for. Human resource management can also be further divided into learning and development, operational human resource, and recruitment. Human resource has been around for a long time, but it wasn't always what it is today. So let's look at some of its history, shall we? When human resource was first starting out, it was mainly about goal-directed leadership. But today it is about talent management as well as the success of the employees within the organization. So what brought on all this change and evolution in human resource management? The human resources field began to take shape in 18th century in Europe. It was started by two men and it was built on their simple idea. The two men named Robert Owen and Charles Babbage proposed that people were essential to the success of an organization and that people were its biggest assets as well. Furthermore, Frederick Winslow Taylor and C.S. Myers also became huge contributors to the movement of human resources. Their ideas, statements, theories, along with many others, helped make human resource legitimate in the eyes of the corporate sector as well as making it an applied discipline. During the second half of the 20th century, companies began to realize the importance of human resource management. Union membership declined significantly while workforce management expanded its reach within the organizations. Companies began referring to human resource management as personnel administration. In fact, many of the practices in 1950s are still being used today by human resource managers. In 1950s, it was about goal-directed leadership. In 1960s, it was about the scientific approaches to behaviors of human beings. And it has changed even more over the years. Today, human resource has become a dynamic part of management that deals with the complexities of human beings in a work environment. I hope that helped you understand human resource a little bit better as well as its history. With that, I would ask my colleague to now take over.
Like if the planning is done initially with proper research and all, the result will be successful, the work can be executed easily and it will be done without any mistake. After planning comes the organizing. Organizing also is one of a vital thing, so if the organizing is done after the planning. The human resource manager to organize means basically the human resource manager to structure the work or frame the work properly so that the final result is successful. The final result, the output is successful. So after planning and organizing come recruitment and selection. Recruitment and selection is done after any company or any brand starts its function. So after the company starts functioning, the company needs to manage manager basically execute this task with its subordinates and other team members. The recruitment and selection process can be done through various ways, like through interview process, through questionnaires, and several other ways. The main motive of the human resource manager in this process is to find out the best candidate for the position. The human resource manager and team members also need to think about the company's success, so they need to find out the best of the best candidate who will be selected and will work for the company. So now comes the learning and development. The learning and development is also a vital thing. The learning and development is the human resource manager and team members also need to think about the company's success, so they need to find out the best of the best candidate who will be selected and will work for the company. So now comes the learning and development. The learning and development is also a vital thing. The learning and development is a department led by the L&D manager or a learning and development manager. The learning and development managers arranges for many different types of sessions, classes, practical classes, theoretical classes, online sessions, so as to help any individual or any particular group to increase their knowledge of the function they do or they're executing it, or also it can be of various other and departmental knowledges. These type of sessions are taken care by the in-house managers, or also sometimes in the outdoor personals. Now comes the rewarding. The rewarding is a vital thing. The rewarding is given to the individual or any group through monetary or non-monetary. It means that it can be given in terms of cash or kind. The rewarding is important, say, because if any particular candidate or the group is rewarded, they will be much more motivated, they will be enthusiastic, they will be much more energetic about their job, they will feel positive about the job they are doing. So some of the very commonly known rewarding procedures are the candidates are awarded with the appraisal letters, or they can be awarded with extra wages or bonuses, the increment in the salaries, increment in the position where they are working at, and there are many other perks that can be given as a reward to any employee. These are all types of motivation the human resource do follow, and they do provide to the companies, workers, and the other staffs. So now I will hand over the list to my colleague to move on with it.
A very warm welcome to whoever's watching this video. My name is Raya Basu, and today I will be speaking to you about recruitment and selection. So the first thing I would like to say about recruitment and selection is the process in which recruitment and selection is initiated. Resource management is one of the first steps. In resource management, budgets are signed off for extra staff. New products are launched, like destinations or launches of new arrivals, new office and teams throughout the world. There's a new system, as well as assessing benefits of new employees versus the existing employees, such as change in flights, benefit contracts, etc. The second system that is there is needed for the business plans that are there. On the front line, we need to see whether the customer is satisfied or not. To ensure this satisfaction, we have call center assistants. Talent management. Talent management is something where we look for talent and people who are going to bring the creativity into the organization with them. They are an asset to our organization. An individual who can make a difference to the organizational performance, either through their immediate contribution or in the longer term by demonstrating their highest levels of potential. Now that is real talent. Diversity and equality in diversity. Diversity is the benefit in which we can appreciate different cultures, in which we can enhance the managerial skills of different people and interpret laws differently. So, diversity as an employer, customers and suppliers, how they treat their employees. Now, that is diversity. You should be human, and humility that comes with diversity. The Amazon delivery drivers are, for example, penalized. The iPhone factory employees in Asia are hit and they fall asleep. Now, these are not the ways to treat your employees. Then we have the Equality Act, which takes care of the protection to people, the age, disability, gender, marriage, race, religion and belief, sex, pregnancy and maternity leave, sexual orientation into account. Thus, I would lastly like to tell you about the customer service that improves staff understanding and range of cultures so that they can communicate with the customers. And then there is the reflection changes in society, which is equivalent to ethical and customers related to complaints that can reflect on the diversity. Thus, overall, there is a British class system may still be relevant with rich parents, that is 88% more than poor parents, but the population aging and the HR employing older employees and extending recruitment age, extending it is indeed fascinating. So that is all I would like to say. Thank you very much.
As my colleagues have spoken about the HR department, I will be talking about why an HR department should be hired. Hiring an HR department in your organization would benefit you, as it is not only simply hiring and firing of people now, as we have changed thoroughly into focusing and positioning the aspects of the company. An HR department is the heart of any organization, and nowadays it has become a necessity to have an HR department, as we will ensure how to get the best out of the employees. In other words, it is our responsibility to involve and to give a high-end result in the business which has been invested in them. The main reason of having an HR department in your organization would be that we will be looking into a lot more major activities in the company, such as recruitment and selection. An employee recruitment does not only include interviewing and selecting them, but also checking their resumes and seeing if they fit for the respective department and if they are involved in the company's culture. We also ensure that the candidates find ease at coming to work, and we will also ensure that the employees find themselves more involved in the policies and programs of the company. In case there will be some issues in the organization, the employees can directly come to us and discuss the matter. We will act as a middleman for the employees and the other departments, as well as sometimes within the employees. It is our work to look into the disputes and resolve them as soon as possible. Lastly, the important task is to give a consistent and a helpful evaluation performance process to the employees. It is necessary for us to step into the matter when these policies are not being followed, whether being the employee's safety or them coming on time